want to focus on today.
Yes.
That's what we want to focus on today. So let me share my screen a little bit and then you will take over at some point. So can you see my screen?
A little bit.
The noise is not sharing. Let me see. Just dropping off. Let me first see where the problem is. Okay. Can you see my screen now? Or can you see the Excel?
No. Yes, I can see it.
Okay, so I think we had this data at some point while we were learning about Excel, while developing Excel
Yes.
dashboard. Yeah. So we wanted to see how we can
Yes.
get this data to SPSS, and probably
Okay.
once now we have this data into SPSS, we will now see how now it goes from there. So let's see how that will look like. So this data was about Telchan. So it's a telecommunication company. So
Mm.
let's see now how this comes up. So just a minute, let me see. So just ensure that you open your SPSS, ensure that you have access to this data. In just like 1 minute, I'll be back so that you can proceed. Right. Now, so first thing first, I'm back. So the first thing, hey Maureen, thank you for joining. Thank you for joining, Maureen. We are just also getting started. So what you need to do is to get the data that is in WhatsApp, that is in Excel. You need to get that data. We've used it before in developing Excel dashboards, but we want to see how we can get that data to SPSS. In the previous sessions, we've been focusing more on entering data. But suppose now you get data that has already been entered and you want now to leverage on that data in terms of analysis. So how can you get that data to SPSS? That's what we want to see. Data from another format to SPSS. If the data is already in SAV format, that means that is an SPSS format. So you just come to file and open that data. File, open data, and then you'll see that SAV data. But suppose the data is not in this SSV format, then that data means that it's in another format. How do you get it to SPSS? That's what we want to do for the data that we have shared today in the WhatsApp on Excel telco channel. And so how do we do that? So we need to go to file. And then we need to go to import, and then we need to go to Excel. So when you go to import, you'll see a number of formats on that are possible for you to get data to Excel, to get data to SPSS. So you just go to Excel, you get the data. If the data is in CSV, then you use CSV format. If the data is in text, you use text format. And maybe it will ask you the separating delimiter. Separating delimiter is just a special character that is separating the data, the columns. So for our case, our data is an Excel format because it's XLSX. So what you just do, you just click on Excel here. Then you'll see different files that you have. Or if you are not directly led to where this data is, just navigate here. Here is where you navigate to the folders that you're looking for. So just navigate to where your data is. If it's in download, go to download. If you saved it somewhere, go to where you saved. So because mine is already in SPSS, a folder known as SPSS, then it's easier for me now to get this data. So I just click on this one because this was the data that I shared in the WhatsApp that is in table format. And then I just click on open. I just click on open. So when I click on open here, you can see the file type here is XLS, XLSX. So all those Excel formats. And then you just click on open here. I'll be led to a dialog here to indicate, to show me like the worksheet that is being imported. If you have more than one worksheet, you can switch worksheets here. For our case, our data is only in one sheet, which is sheet 1. If you want to get this data, but just in a particular range, you don't want to get the entire data, you can of course specify here the range of the range, the Excel range, where you want to get data. Maybe if it's from A1 to let's say 1000, you just specify the range like that. That means you are going to get only one column to that end. Or if it's now for all the data, but now all the columns but up to 1000, then you can do this. That's how you do that. Next thing is read variable names from first row of the data. What does that mean? It means that your data contains the column names. These are what we call variable names. So this will be picked as variable names in your data. Where will this data go in SPSS? This data will go in the data view. The data will go in the data view. Variables will be in the variable view, but the data that we are getting here is going to the data view. And now these columns this data will be arranged like this in the data view, the same way it is in the Excel. If you want to automatically detect the data types, then you can check this box, which will mean that the 90%, the 95%, the percentage to which the SPSS should know that maybe this is string, this is numeric. How will SPSS know that? So you tell SPSS, determine the type of data of a particular column based on 95% of the representation of the data. Let's say maybe in this column we had 000 and then maybe we had some text. So whichever that will be 90%, if it's either the numeric or if it's the string, then that will be picked as that particular format. So that's how that is. Like scenarios like this one, custom ID containing some numbers and some digits. This will automatically be awarded a string type, because this is not numeric. You can't compute anything by it. So this is now customer ID. Ignore hidden rows and columns. Suppose you hide some rows and columns in your Excel. You don't want them to be imported in SPSS. If you check that, that will mean that if I happen to hide here some columns, some rows, if I happen to hide some rows here, then those rows will not be imported in data. Or I hide some columns, then while during the importation of data, then those rows will not be, those columns will not be picked. You can see I've hidden here some columns. So if I hide some columns like this, then that will mean that those columns will not be imported as data in SPSS. So if you check that box, will mean that you intend to do that. Remove leading spaces from the string values. Suppose I have data, but now let's say we have female, but there are some space here. Before female, there's a space here. So it's like a cleanup solution. So this helps you remove such like errors from your data, so that your data now works correctly. And this one now removes spaces, but at the end. This one removes spaces, but at the beginning, the leading. This one will be at the trailing, which means at the end. So removing some spaces at the end. Then here you preview your data, how your data will be like. This is how my data will be like. So you preview it and then just click on OK. And then you wait for some seconds. SPSS will now have your data in it. You can see now I have my data in SPSS. That's how we get data from another format to SPSS. However, you can see even the variable views also. Everything is there. So you just want to change some things, change some 1, 2, and you'll be good to go. This data is like this, but still we can't really uh, like leverage on this data. We can't really leverage on this data a lot because our 1, 2 is not working here. 1, 2 is not working. So this data does come from Excel, and Excel does not support like the dummy coding. We call it dummy coding, where you can say 1 is male, 2 is female. So Excel doesn't support that. So that's why this data is here, but it can't do that. So what will you need to do? You need to replace those things here and then set their values in the values columns, these values. So we are going to do that today as a cleanup process. Once you get data to SPSS, you need to do that. You can try do some, we said is dummy coding. We said dummy coding. So you can do some dummy coding, not dummy coding, but code booking. We say code booking. And you take all the variables. Let's say you take all the variables to this side. Codebook variables, and then we click on OK. So we said, what does codebook do? Codebook help us understand each type of variables that we have. So what does the warning say? Value labels, and this is not displayed for the following. So what does that mean also? It means that our data does not have value labels. We will need value labels because they are very useful. Let's check the value labels. You can see the value labels are empty. So we can't really tell these variables are about what easily. We will really struggle to do that. So you'll be needed to provide the value labels of this. So you can put some value labels. Value labels, if these variables are self-explanatory, then you can definitely just repeat everything that is here. You can as well have it this other side. You can just copy, highlight, right click, copy, and then go to this label part, right click, and paste. So that means that you can have everything that is here, so that you don't miss anything on your label. However, if you need to give more meaning, then you can say customer ID, the gender of the customer, the senior citizen, status, yes, no, or what, 0, 1. Do you have dependents? If you need to do things like that, do you have dependents? You can add those do you for the labels so that it can be easier to read. Then, yeah, so I'll let you also reach here. I'll let you first reach here, get your data to this point. Then from there, we can now do the cleanups to prepare our data for our analysis. I will just check the code book. So code book, we said it shows you, for example, customer ID. It tells you the input row. It tells you the measure is nominal. This is in position 1. Position 2 is gender. We have male, female. There is no any problem. You go to senior citizen, 0, 1. How many 0 do you have? 1. How many 1 do you have? Partner, people with partners, yes, no. So these ones help you check if there is any misentry. And then also this one, because it's numeric, now it gives you some central tendency and dispersion. This one is categorical. So if there is any typos and so on, you can easily identify from code booking. You can see if there is missing value anywhere. You can also easily see if there is missing value. It will indicate. Yeah, so let's reach here. So let me stop sharing. I see. I think Maureen, you should share your screen if you're in the capacity. I think Sharon was here in the last session, so I'd like to know maybe you are where you've reached so far with SPSS, Maureen, so that we can see how we can be able to guide. So open your SPSS if you can access your machine. Maureen, are you there? Maureen, if you are talking, we can't hear you. Maybe you're on mute or something. Oh, you are on the road. Okay, I understand now. So I'll allow Sharon to share her screen. Once you are settled, you let us know if we'll still be in the call. So Sharon, please proceed, share your screen. Thank you. So you can bring your SPSS, Maureen, not Maureen, but rather Sharon. We can see you are presenting, but yeah, we can't see the SPSS.
Can you see the I the SPSS?
Not really. Yeah, there we can see now. We can see the SPSS. Yes. So we want you to now go through the processes of now getting data to SPSS. Can you remember the way I did?
Yes, I can try.
Yeah, try and let's
Say
go.
you go to file. And then import data. And can I type the file name?
No, you need to look for the folder where the file is. Are you going with the import really? Because this looks like you are going with open.
Let me repeat.
Can you cancel and repeat, please? Yes. Ensure you go with import data and not open.
Okay.
Go with import and
Okay.
then Excel.
It's going back to open data or what?
Yeah, now there is okay. You can see down there under file of type, it's indicating Excel down there.
Okay.
But the other side, it was indicating SPSS, which made me just know that it is not the import way, it is like the open way. So you can now look for where you saved the data we sent in Excel. So if it is on downloads, you can just locate it in downloads there, and it's with space. It's I can see it should be the one without slash, and the first one without slash in telco chan without the first one without one. Just go for the one
This
without
one.
one. Yes.
This one.
Yes, yes, yes. Then we click on open. So you'll just wait for some few time and then the data will populate there. So first, before the data populate, we'll have a dialog box where you will need to select the prior steps that I was selecting. And then from there, you will preview the data and then you can now click on OK. So the dialog box will appear there.
Yes.
You think it's coming up. Yeah. So you just wait until it is fully loaded. Yes, there you go. So you can just check everything. You check that ignore hidden, maybe hidden rows if they are there, but there's no hidden rows so far. So remove leading spaces from strings. You can check that one. But you can, yeah, and then from there you just click on OK. So you can see the preview version of your data, the way it will be like in SPSS. If it looks something weird, then know that maybe there was a problem in the importation. But that's how the data is. It looks tabulated, which is okay. You can click on OK.
About
Yes.
these other checkbox, the last one.
The last one just means that if you have trailing spaces, like you want to remove some spaces at the end, so that is not important. So not necessarily you must, it's not a must for you to select it.
Okay.
Yeah. So we can proceed.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see your screen. So it's still, I think it's kind of slow, but it's okay. We'll wait. We are seeing the screen.
Okay. Because the SPS just disappeared.
I think it's, you can click on it, just click there. You'll just wait for it to load. It disappeared, but it will load. Just wait for
Okay.
it. It will load. Yeah, it's loading the data. It might maybe depend with the also the processing speed of your machine. So no problem. It will load the data. So you just patiently wait for it. You can just open the output window that is there. It will of course also show you if this done. The SPSS output window, just the SPSS tab you see there. You can click on it so that you can have it on the screen. Yeah, it should be done, I think, by now. Yeah, that one. Untitled dataset something. So I think it's loading. It's finalizing. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's finalized. So you can open the other window. There are two windows. So open the other one. The other one should have the data now. Yeah. So there you go now. That's how you get data to SPSS from other format. That's how you get data to SPSS from other format. And then from there, From there now, you need to go to the variable view, because in the variable view we said like we need to have labels. So you can see under label column, there's no label. Label is what describes what these variables are about. So if you had, for example, for questionnaires, you might write there long stories like the customer ID, the gender of the customer, the what. If you want to write all such like things that describe the variables, or alternatively, if the variables are self-explanatory, like the ones we have here, you can just copy from name, the column name, you just copy the name of the variable, you copy everything, just highlight everything to the bottom. Highlight everything to the bottom. Not that you type, but you highlight. Not that you type, but you highlight. Ensure that the pen is not active in that cell. Ensure the pen is not active. Just select the way you usually select things and not typing. Can you click on 21? Just click on 21, not to type, but just to click row 21 in that variable view.
I've already copied.
Oh, you've already copied everything.
Yes.
Then paste in variable, in label. So go to label and paste. You can paste by right clicking and clicking paste. Right click and then you click paste. Hey, I think you made a mistake somewhere. So can you undo? But there is no problem. You can just, what you do,
Yes.
just click label 2. Just once. Don't click as if you want to type. Label 2. Can you now click on label 1 again and right click? Just click label 1, not as if you want to type. Paste. Click on paste. Click on paste. Still the same. So can you delete that? Can you delete that by backspace? Press backspace. Now minimize that column. Minimize that column size for that label. Minimize that column to be small. Minimize by going to yes at the junction, then you drag. Drag to the left. Maximize a little bit. Okay. So you see the way it is now. Just right click that label. Oh, where you were. Don't put the pen active. Don't put the pen active. When you put the pen active, it will be like you want to paste in only one cell. Can you right click? Just right click, don't paste. Right click label, the first label, just right click there.
That way.
It should be in gray. It should be in gray when you don't want to type. I don't know why it's white. Should be gray. Can you click the Can you select again? Can you select again under name? Everything, the way you selected, yes. And also select everything under label also, the way you have now selected for the others. Select everything and then copy. And then go to label and also select everything. And then you'll right click and paste. Copy, and then now you go to label, you select everything and paste. Yes, like that. Yeah, so that is it. That is it. So you'll now allow me to proceed with a few steps again. Now that is it. You already have your data. Now we want to make our data ready for analysis. So you can stop sharing. Yeah. So next step. Next step. Next step is to prepare our data well. So what we need to do, I'll just resize this a little bit. What we need to do first, we'll go column wise. So we need where there is male and female to be interchanging with 1, 2 here. When we click on this A and 1, that means we need to make some values here. Under values, we need to provide here values. Like 1 is for male and 2 is for female. But before we do that, we need to ensure that we first replace all this text with 1, 2. And then we'll know that 1 was for male and 2 was for female. So you need to note that down in case you are doing that. That's important for you to note down. Because if you come this side and start changing the values 1, 2, all these values that will be here will disappear. I can just show you what I mean. If I come here to values and say 1, male, add 2, female, without replacing the other side with 1, 2, then I might get a problem at some point. So I'll just click OK. So I have 1, 2. This side I have it, so I can switch. You see, it's not switching. This one is not switching. So, but no, we are providing in customer. Sorry, let me cut this and paste in. We are talking about gender, so I'll paste. I'll just put this one here. We are talking about gender. Let me just change this to none. Remove this, remove this. Okay, let me check my customer first. Customer is still there. So, now, this is even better because the very bad thing to do is to change the data type. If you change the data type, you will now make everything disappear this side. Let's say maybe we change this to numeric and you see what will happen. So let's say we change this to numeric and then we click on OK. When you change that to numeric, you see everything here disappears. So you need just to be very keen. So I'll just undo that step. So that's what usually disappears, makes everything disappear. But this side, we can now just add the data values. So we can say 1 is for male, add 2 is for female, 2 is for female. You click on add and then you click on OK. So that way, when we come to the variable under gender, now we can switch. When we try to switch, are you switching? No, you are not switching. Why are you not switching? So again, we ask ourselves, what's the reason? So what we usually do is we usually change this. You see, you come to this column, select it, go to find and replace. We had find and replace here under edit. You go to replace. So you say find what? Male. We say the male is what? 1. So you click on replace all. Then again, it tells you this have been replaced. You click on OK. So ensure you select the column first. Then go to the next one is female. Female is going to change to what? To 2. Click on replace all. Then you click on OK. Then you close. So we have now implemented that on this column. Now we can try switch. Now it's working. You see? That's what you do. That's what you have to do. So you can go step by step. You can go step by step, and it will make your work easier. Step by step. So senior citizen, this one 0 and 1 is like yes and no. So we just need to add yes and no. Where there is 0 will mean he's not a senior citizen, and if it's 1 means he's a senior citizen. So for this one it will be easier because it has already numbers. So what we'll just have to do is we'll go to the variable view, the next variable, which is senior citizen. So we come to none here. We say if it's 0, it's no. You click on add. If it's 1, then it's yes. So that we can also be able to easily change. This is yes. Then you click on OK. So we go to the data view again. So we can now see that now we have no, no, yes, 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 no, 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 yes, yes, yes. However, this one was detected as scale because it was numbers, zeros and ones. We need to do what? To change it to string. So this is numeric here. We need to go to string. Remember, it's yes, no. So yes, no is a string. Then you just click OK. Some missing values should be discarded. So there we go. And let's see. Yeah, in fact, we wanted to change to string first before we even do that. So you can see it's not yet affected. So we'll go back to these our steps again. 0 was that was that. Okay. Let's see. Senior citizen has a problem here. So we just need to let's see if we find and replace. Let's see the data orientation this side. Let's see some things here. Senior citizen 0 left alignment, but he's on the left. That's okay. Yeah, he's on the left. I don't see any problem. Let me see. Okay. So we just need to redo something here and see where that issue is. We'll just do that. But before I correct where this issue is, I want you, Sharon, to try this out. So to try this out, we said the first thing you have to do is go to the variable view. You can see here we have yes, no. The data is already in string. So we have yes, no. So we just need to go to the variable view this side, and then from variable view, you go to the values, and then you start setting that up. So just share your screen, and let's see partner together.
Am I there? Emmanuel? Emmanuel?
Yes, you are there. So your yes is small. Your yes is small, needs to be capital. Why? It needs to be the same thing that is there in the data. In the data, you
Okay.
have capital Y. For your case, you are having small y, so it's not the same.
Replace or replace all?
Replace all. So have you first set 1 to the other side? 1, 0? The other
Yes, I've
side
said
before? Okay.
yes.
Yeah, you can see. But you did not select
Okay,
the
I did.
column. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Click OK. That's okay.
Selected.
Yeah, that is okay. So you click on OK.
I
Yeah.
go back or I go direct to no?
No. Go to no.
Yeah.
Under find,
I did
replace
the
where there
Mr.
is find, put
Capital.
where there is find, put no, and then replace with 0, depending on the number you
I
had
believe
indicated the other side.
it is okay. I believe it is okay.
Oh, our screen is still showing that you're sharing yes and 1. So maybe we wait a little bit.
Okay.
Or maybe you stop sharing and share your screen again because we are like hanging somewhere. Yeah, yeah, so that's okay. Can you switch? Can you switch there A and 1 at the top? Sharon?
Yes, I've done so. I believe my laptop is lagging.
Ah, okay.
Mm. But when I switch it is switching okay.
Okay, so the partner is switching yes, no.
Yes.
Maybe you again stop sharing and then we share again. You stop sharing and share again so that you can see the outcome.
Am I there?
So it's lagging a little bit, so we are waiting for the screen to show clearly. It's like blur. Don't know if it's internet.
I believe it is internet because at times I hear that you on off. So I believe it is internet issue.
Yeah,
Am I
yeah.
there?
It's not yet. So I think it's internet.
Oh,
Yeah, there now. Yeah, there we are. There we are.
okay.
But I can't see it switching. It's still in 1, 2.
Let me.
Yeah, can you switch? I wanted you to switch
It
and
should
show
be
us.
continuous.
No, it will. Yeah, yeah, it's okay. It's okay. But for
Okay.
you, you had
Okay.
decided you decided to use small y. So it's good to use capital Y for consistency. For
I
consistency.
used capital.
The other side, the other side under variable view, you wrote small y. Under variable
Mm.
view, under values. Variable view,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
values. You
Yes.
need to go there and change. You can be able to change there. There's no problem. Just click on the
Okay.
three dots. Then click on that one. Click on. Oh, the change is not active. Yeah, the change is there. So type capital Y and then click change. Capital Y, then click change.
No is okay.
Yeah, now it's okay. Click OK. So it will be okay. Yes. That should be okay now. That should be okay now. Have you clicked OK?
Yes, I've done.
Okay, so I think still lagging. So thank you. So thank you. I think that is okay. You can stop sharing. I pick it up again. So that's what now is supposed to happen. Like so to all the variables for this data to be good, to be a good data. So you need to ensure that it happens here. So we have yes, no here. So I'll need to go to the variable view, go to the partner, the three dots, where there is yes, the variable yes, label is yes, no, no. For me, I'm giving 0. No is good when I give it a 0. But if you choose to use 1 and 2, ensure that you are consistent. By consistency, I mean anywhere in your data, in whichever column, If you are deciding to use 1 and 2 for yes and no, ensure you use everything 1 and 2 for yes and no in your data. Consistency. But if you use 0 and 1, then also ensure you use 0 and 1 throughout, so that you don't have misunderstanding where you tend to forget maybe 1 was for what and 2 was for what. So just consistency, but there's no any rule that you must use 0 and 1. So you can of course use whichever you want, but you need to be consistent. So that will mean anywhere in your data you have to use that your numbers for yes and no type. So for me, because I started with 0, so I'll have to do that. So I just click on add, then you click on OK. And then now when I come this other side, my partner is not switching until I replace these things with 1 and 0. So I'll come to data, edit, come to edit, replace. So if replace not working, you can just go to find, then click here to replace. Find partner, yes, replace with, find yes, replace with 1. Yes, replace with 1. Replace all. So it replace everything here. Should replace here everything with the replace all. I don't know if it's my data or something, so I'll just find out. Nothing to replace there, so I'll just close even my SPSS and open again. Maybe there's a problem with my side. Then no replace with 0, replace all. Yeah, for me my numbers are showing this replacing, but the real data is not showing. So I'll just save this data, SPSS no, telco chan, but now this one will be an SPSS version of it. So I'll just save this, and I'll need actually to open it again to see, because my machine, I think at some point I don't need to save this content, so I'll just open SPSS afresh. Let me open my SPSS afresh and see where if there's any challenge, because I'm seeing the alarms are showing changes are happening, but the real data is not showing anything. So I'll go to file now and go to open data. So I will not go to and importing again. So I'll see it here, then I'll click on open. So that's how I go about it. And then now try switching. Yeah, you can see now my partner is working. So it was just a matter of I think my internet or something. Yeah. So my data, yeah, so my partner is okay. So we need to do that for all this. So that's the assignment that I want to give you. The remaining time is just to prepare this data, the whole data. Ensure you submit your data when it is in a clean format. So where there is, you can choose. If, for example, what can help you know the patterns that are here without struggle, you need to go to codebook, you need to go to analyze, report, codebook. Then now take all these variables that you need to easily, we stopped there, so you can start from here to here. If you want to know all the categories that are here, especially for categorical data, you just come here, you can see how many categories does this have. 2. So you need to give 1 0 or 1 2 depending. This one is numeric. Numeric scale, you don't do anything like 1 2. This one is yes, no. No, yes. You have to do 1 2 or 1 0 depending on what you choose. But you need to be consistent. This one has yes, no, and no phone service and no. This one has 3. So you'll have 1 2 3. This one internet service, no, fiber optic, DSL. This one is 1 2 3. So I want you to do that for all this data so that this data can be ready. For analysis. So in the next session, will now use this data to do some analysis like we did for Excel. Is that okay? And Sharon, have you understood the assignment?
Kindly pardon.
So the assignment is, you see what you have done for partner.
Yes.
Do it for this, 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 depending on what is in the columns,
Okay.
depending on the values that are in here. So for you to
Okay.
know all these numbers, you need to generate the code book. That's why I was talking about code book. Because down here it will show you, like this column about contract has 2 year, 1 year, month to month. So you'll know you'll have 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
And then this one has order. So you, depending on the knowledge we learned about ordinal and nominal, you'll be able to switch between ordinal and nominal. So just be sure that you set your data ready.
Okay.
If it's nominal, you need to be nominal. If it's ordinal, the measure to be ordinal. And do that for even all these other ones. So, but for numeric ones, leave them out, leave them alone. Monthly charges, don't do 1, 2, 3. There's no 1, 2, 3 there because it will be a lot. It's not a good, supposed to be like that. So just do for Chan. You have Chan. You have payment method. You have paperless billing, contract. You have streaming movie, streaming TV, and these other ones. So you just do that, prepare that data. Once it's ready, submit that data to our email address. That's the assignment
Okay.
for today. Yes. Any
Okay.
question on that? Maureen, if you are following, any question, you can type.
Emmanuel,
Yes. Yes, yes, Sharon.
where is the code booking?
Okay. So code booking is here. You go to analyze, reports, code book.
Okay.
Analyze, report, code book. You take these all variables that you're supposed to assess. You take all of them by clicking on this one, then you hold shift, you click to the last one. Then you move by clicking on this arrow. It will take them here, or you can just even drag and put them here.
Okay.
Then you click OK. That's how code book work. So
Okay.
code book will be able to show you these things. It's just the same way we usually do in Excel, where if you want to know, for example, what are the things that are in this column, you need to do a pivot table. So you'll need to go
Yes.
you'll need to go to insert pivot table. Then you'll choose where you want your pivot table to be in a new worksheet. Then select that variable. Maybe it is mobile line and what you will see this now. These are what we are looking for. So if you choose to use Excel, but we don't want to use Excel because we already learned about Excel. We want to know how can we do it in SPSS. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's what we are doing actually with the code book. But now code book gives more information about that variable. Doesn't just give you
Mm.
the counts, but it gives you, you know, the label of that variable, the type, is it string, and the measurement. Yeah, that is it. There are questions still?
No, I'm okay.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, so I think
Thank you.
that is it. I think Maureen has no question. So let's clean that
Mm.
data and now we'll use it for our next session. So our next session will try to analyze that data, and then from there I'll give you a simple data that you will also analyze on your own in SPSS. So you'll get it to SPSS and then just analyze that data. But again, about SPSS, I will as well share more recordings. I have recordings on the YouTube channel about other cohorts that did specifically SPSS. For us, we are doing different softwares, but we have those who did specifically SPSS for some time. So they learned in depth. So I'll also share that so that you can use that as a learning
Okay.
for your own practice. But I'll give you an assignment after the next session. When we have now learned to get data to SPSS, you can now work on any other data. In case you can look for your own data and actually analyze it and share with me, like, this is what I've been able to do. I'll be happy to see that. And
Okay.
I'll be happy to see that. And if you will have any challenge, you can ask, and we can have a meeting and see how can you handle that. That's the best way of learning. You need to learn by doing. Learn by doing. That's the best way to
Yeah.
learn. Yes. Thank you and have a nice evening.
Thank
If there is no any other question.
you too.
Okay.